stretch of arm and taking the measurement or checking the proportion of the model by seeing what part is double or half is the initial step of the drawing. Later on, with continuous practice, the mind starts to get trained in perceiving the dimensions and proportions of human body. It explores the creative process of simplification as well as intricate details. It totally depends on the artist. If he wants to build the drawing with all the details from the initial stage itself or gradual at the meticulous observations and details. The usage of chalk in straight or flat way can create wonders in playing with the textural quality of the paper. One can visually imagine the proportions of the figure just by catching the indications of the features of the face of the model. One needs to define the silhouette and the dark tresses of the hair falling across the shoulder. The flat use of dry pastel covers the wider area as well emboldness the dark of hair and depth of the neck. The pressure on the piece of pastel can decide the darkness of the line. One can bring out middle and darkest tone at one go by intricately observing the shadows. Draw the neckline and the gathers of the shirt across the shoulders and the waist. These These random lines will prepare a base for bring out the shadows and the details at a later stage of the drawing. The drawing of folds is also a creative process of learning to see graphic images selectively. One doesn't need to count the folds to sketch them. One can selectively choose the ones which reflect the pose of the model in which he is sitting. With Munich very aptly said, drawing is not only a way to come up with pictures. Drawing is a way to educate your eye to understand visual information, organizing it into a more hierarchical way, a more economical way. When you see something, if you draw them often, if you draw them often and frequently, you examine a room very differently. The hand placed over the thigh of the model will further define not only the angle of the arm but also the pose of the model. Darken the shadowed area of the arm, and this will automatically hint at the light falling over different areas of the body. Draw second arm by extending the stressed arm over the thigh. Draw the line of the thigh where two legs are meeting and the line touching the chair. Gradually, keep on building the angle of the lower legs, observing the pose of the model. A few random lines of the folds, creases of the pants, and positioning of the body part will lead the drawing to a step where the details will crop up with each new stroke being added to the drawing. Once one starts giving the outline to the form, these prevailing scribbles act as a shadow in the drawing from which the crucial details are brought out. Like Jeff Koons says, drawing is an immediate way of articulating an idea, of making a gesture that is both physical and intellectual. Roughly create the placement of the feet. One placed on rod of the chair and the other one flat on the floor. If one is aware of the muscles and tendons along with bone structure, then it's very easy to define a shape of body parts, even in shadings or a few strokes. Darken the area of the pants. One can see the contrast of treatment of dry pastel or charcoal if used in a pointed way or flat way. This scribble is acting like a middle tone till now. In abstraction, there are more possibilities to explore. Paul Gauguin very rightly expressed, I shut my eyes in order to see. Start drawing the structure of the chair on which the model is sitting. Without horizontal lines, the drawing and the model were looking baseless. The lines of the chair bring stability in the drawing. Till now, the model appeared to be sitting but hanging in the air without any base. After the analysis of the pose and proportions, it's time to build up the drawing by sharpening a few details. Starting with hair tresses and creases of the clothes. Little shading over the forehead and eyes and then on hair may seem like random strokes to the spectator. But these small touches only will add gravity to the drawing. Look deeply into tonal variations and try to grasp the subtle variations. A few areas might need to be darkened to achieve a balance of the tone. Tonal drawing is simply a balancing act between the elements of light and shade. In fact, all drawing is a constant balance between your observation, your concentration, your judgment, and your technique. Over the time, one learns to convert nothing into something. These fluidity of strokes, vitality, skillful doodling, darkening the lightening of creases, all will slowly build a relationship and meaning in add meaning in the interrelated spaces. touch and retouch of the folds and all the creases defining the shaded areas. Takes the drawing to a higher level where one can feel the visual dialogue among different elements and dissimilar and similar characteristics. The direction of the line may indicate the fall of the clothing. And light and dark lines may create silhouette. Every element will speak its own language, caught in chiaroscuro abstraction and each realistic approach. Draw the line of the left arm and lightly highlight the triangular shape of the hip visible from the angle formed by the placement of the arm. Add darkest tone to the folds of the pants, where one can already see the prevailing lightest and middle tone. Mind starts calculating the shape and depth even before the final touch. A few highlights here and there and some projections of lines can make a drawing appear complete even with minimum details. David Hockney said, drawing is like rather playing chess. Your mind races ahead of the moves that you eventually makes. These dark and bold strokes are reflection of the knowledge and expertise of the artist working with imagination, intuition and precision of arranging and rearranging various elements. Gradation of tones over the leg, shoulder and backrest of the chair, rhythmically flowing silky hair, all contribute in bringing out details. Omitting a few things and adding a few lines as per personal inclinations and intuitions help in enhancing the beauty of the drawing and add individuality to the treatment of expression. In desire of integrate his work, the artist uses whatever seems to him effective for his purpose. He may make individual choices consciously, but often he may make them as a part of series of intuitive decisions. As he works at his object, trying to complete it, changing elements until each feels right and all go together. The sharp lines, bold strokes, and even the merged contours all are a step forward in observation of shadows and tones. To make the drawing more experimental, let's try to add another medium, watercolor. Watercolors over the dry pastel. This diluted medium will mix and wash away all the grainy texture visible in dry pastel. Try to just cover the shaded area of the face, the area which is away from the light. Just a few dabs and dots may indicate the facial features, the darkness under the chin, and hair confining it will automatically define the face cut. The tonal variation will not only add a third dimension to the sketch, but also adds to the experimental nature by introduction of a different treatment of the medium. Step by step, the artist explores the depth of the subject and gets better understanding of the characteristics. This may seem to be just a base or incomplete look to an onlooker, but one can experience. Synthesis of sensual perception and intricate multi-leveled concepts in conceptual elements of portraits, landscape, or still life. It uplifts, distracts from petty details, and activizes the spectator's intellectual, emotional, and volitional complex. One needs to catch the manner in which they have been constructed, the flexibility, the motion, vitality, senses, and intellectual traits of the artist. Moving a wet brush or a brush loaded with color over the dry pastel area may highlight a few features and even merge various contours. This treatment will retain the posture of the model and even its character, but will be devoid of certain details. An artist's mind needs to catch the restlessness and constantly moving image of the model in one pose. To capture intuitively and maintaining the character too. The pose may be same, but the mood and the treatment of an artist may vary on every new stroke or experiment. Painting can only represent a single moment, which best allows us to infer what has gone before and what follows. Lessing further elaborates, the artist can never use more of ever changing reality than one single moment of the time. And if he is a painter, he can only look at this moment from a single aspect. Thus, the artist was driven in the interest, truth, to concentrate more and more on the task of giving. In John Constable's words, one brief moment got from fleeting time a lasting and sober existence. Despite the model's fidgety character, the continuous movement, the artist has to catch the shading over her arm and define the shape of hands with his intuition and knowledge. Even with the minimum details, the essence of drawing has to be maintained. Being too meticulous can break the visual flow and the drawing might lose its rhythmic charm. Brush stroke only has to define the shadow over the arm and later on the leg of the chair. Over the floor and the drapery in background. The spontaneity can only add beauty to brush strokes. Like Jeff Koons, words reflect the element of selectivity so beautifully. If I try to articulate every little detail in drawing,